Hello, I'm Jeannie McGinnis, and welcome to the final home game of the Sharks' 2014-2015 BBL season before the playoffs here at the EIS as the Sharks take on the Manchester Giants. It's a safe bet that we're in for a close game tonight, but let's talk to Andrew to get an in-depth view of what we can expect. All right, I'm with Andrew, one of our analysts. Andrew, we played well with the Leicester Riders, but obviously we lost in the fourth quarter. We got run down. How do you think we're going to do tonight against the Manchester Giants?
It's going to be really interesting because obviously Sheffield were on that long winning streak coming into the game, and they built up some momentum, and they ran into a Leicester team that also on a long winning streak. And it was a good close game. Unfortunately, Sheffield lost. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they bounce back. It's massively important because they're still fighting for fifth place in the league, which will make an easier next game in the first round of the playoffs. But Manchester, they're fighting just to get into the playoffs. So, you know, the implication for them if they lose is probably greater than it is for Sheffield because Sheffield are in the playoffs.
And then, obviously, this is our last home game for this season before the playoffs. We've got an away game. But what do you think are some things that the team needs to work on over the summer before we come back for the new season?
So obviously we don't know who's going to be on the team yet, but I think Sheffield's traditional style of basketball is hard-nosed team basketball. So I would expect them to go out and recruit a team in that mould. I think what I'd be looking for them to bring in like a really explosive, consistent three-man. Look at some of the other teams in the league. That seems to be a really key position. Most teams have good guards and big men that are effective, but that really seems to be a key position at the moment across the league. You look at other teams like Leicester last week, Trayvon Wright, super athletic, did lots of different things. Charles Smith in Newcastle, a little bit older, but really efficient scorer. So I'd probably not either of those two guys, but someone in that mold I think would help take this Sheffield team to the next level.
All right, well, thank you, Andrew. So let's go to our commentators, John and Andrew, here on Sheffield Sharks TV, sponsored by Forever Living.
It's game time, y'all. Everybody ready? It's Eves versus Tuck. It's up, and Tuck knocks it out of bounds.
In their hands, Manchester just fighting to get into the playoffs. So, although neither team fighting for a league championship right now, important game for both teams.
Sharks here opening up some tough defense. Nice ball inside. Marsden makes a nice little jump hook there inside and from behind the backboard to give the Giants the lead.
Yes, Marsden coming back to Manchester towards the transfer deadline from France. Had a pretty productive spell out there. Big pickup for them. Has really, changed the dynamic of their team and helped them push towards this playoff spot.
Mike Tuck makes a nice move there inside. Doesn't get the drop. Bankiewicz goes to the middle, turns against Zakashek and gets the drop.
Bankiewicz is a really high percentage shooter. Even though he's a guard, takes a lot of shots from the perimeter, shoots a really high percentage and only takes good shots.
Mike Cook with the ball looking for a screener. Mike Tuck just goes off. Slides through the screen there and gets a put back there. Good offensive rebound from Mike Tuck.
They stayed with it well, so screen and roll going to the outside, difficult to defend for a lot of teams because there was no help that could really come. And Tuck kind of forced the first shot a bit, but stayed with it and got the offensive rebound.
Nick Lewis with the ball, touched it for the first time. Kicks it back out to BJ Holmes, who hits a quick three on the turn, brings it back to a three-point game, 10-7 to the Giants. Just under 5 minutes now left in the first quarter, and hopefully, Andrew, the Sharks will start to make that offensive click.
Yeah, just a simple down screen there, a bit of ball movement, player movement, and BJ gets an open three.
BJ Holmes very aggressive at the defensive end, a little bit too much, the referee said.
You don't really mind that though. Manchester probably getting into the offense a bit too easy, and BJ, trying to ramp up the pressure there, and picks up the foul, but you don't mind that. Kind of sends a message to your own team right there.
Stephen Gill with a quick rebound, but a great stand from the Sharks. Mike Cook pulls another rebound in. He's going up against Grimes, steps underneath, a lot of contact, and the basket is good there. A long NBA set there from Mike Cook. The basket's good, and it goes to the free throw line with a chance to level the game. And you know, less than a minute ago, Andrew, there was an 8-point lead to the Giants.
Yeah, great concentration there by Mike Cook. Almost happened in slow motion, that play, but you know, showed a lot of composure to sink it. Let's see how Sheffield's free throw shooting goes tonight.
Last week the Sharks shot really well from the line. Misses this one, the first one tonight though. So the Giants lead by 1, 10-9. Stephen Gill on court now, Andrew. Explosive player.
Yeah, really athletic. Loves to get to his right hand. You've got to force him left. You know, but really good shooter. Was like 6 for 8 last game from the 3. And there we go. With a 6'8" player in his face. Makes a 3.
Big 3 there by Stephen Gill. But Colin Singh drives down the middle. Doesn't make the basket. Colin Singh now guarding Stephen Gill. Great hands from John Barber there to steal the ball. Great pass there from Mike Cook. Doesn't quite get into Mike Cook's hands. But the intent is there. Get that ball down the floor quick from the Sharks.
Push it down the floor, a little bit quicker tempo. It's been working well for Sheffield. Just couldn't quite connect on the play.
One of the things we talked about before the game, Andrew, was you felt that this might be a high-scoring game. Higher than is normally seen by the Sharks in particular, but the Giants really like to move the ball around and shoot a lot, and that's what we've seen so far.
Yeah, Manchester's approach a little different to normal. Really putting the ball inside. Maybe a product to having Marsden back. That's another player they can go down inside to. You know, I think they've only shot 1 3. You'd not really expect, but David Watts comes into the game. You know, lights out 3-point shooter, so Sheffield needs to be aware of him and Gill. So let's see what approach Manchester keep.
Colin puts the ball into Mike Took, who tries to throw it opposite, but Gill steals that off Nick Lewis. Goes up and kisses it off the backboard. And has come into the game and made 5 points and stretched it out to a 6-point lead with 3 minutes to go here in the first.
Yeah, and that's just exactly what he does. You know, Sky report, you got to force him left. They let him dance on his right hand and he made it.
Colin Singh from the corner shoots a 3. And Nick Lewis comes up with a rebound from the Mike Tuck, just pushed it in off the rebounder. Good defense from Colin Singh there, slows up Jones. And this time, the quick ball movement finds Stephen Gill stepping out of bounds. And BJ Holmes comes back in the games for Mike Cook.
BJ Holmes.
Nick Lewis curls off the screen, pulls up, doesn't get anything. And the foul called there on Colin Singh, who feels that he definitely had a clean hold of that ball, but referee said no, and foul called. Don't know what you saw there, Andrew.
I mean, sometimes they go for you, sometimes they don't. He was coming in from the side, and maybe the angle the ref had, it looks like a foul. You know, you got to be smart. You can't pick a foul up 94 feet from your own basket. There's just no need. You know, the rest of the team was back. They weren't in danger on the fast break. You know, so just get back and play defense.
BJ Holmes there forcing this turnover from the Giants, and the Sharks get the ball back. So chance for the Sharks to eat into that Giants lead. BJ Holmes waiting for Nick Lewis to come off the curl. Takes a big shot as Mike Tuck gets the rebound, finds Olu Babalola, who shoots a 3. Gets nothing. And Mike took there trying to get the ball through the massive Giants trees there to Colin Singh in the middle. Doesn't quite, but it hits the feet and goes. Sharks get the ball back with 14 seconds left. Quick inbound to BJ Holmes in the middle and gets stripped by the Giants players.
Yeah, good hands by Gill there. Got caught sleeping on defense, but recovered well. Got a good hand on the ball.
The ball gets kicked out to Mike Tuck. Shoots a long two. Doesn't get it. Colin Singh there just gets beaten on the back door. Going looking to try and make a gamble on the steal and left his teammates a little bit exposed back there.
Yeah, good job by Callum Jones though, using the rim to protect the ball. And Sheffield need to find a way to get some easier shots. They're taking tough shots right now. And they got to maybe get out in transition, get some stops, get out in transition. Or good offense, work it. Maybe your first option's not there, just keep with it. Second, third, fourth options, you'll get a good shot.
Giants make 1 from 2 there, lead by 5, 16-11, a minute and a half left in the first quarter. Sharks looking on offense to try and get something a little bit easier, getting lots of shots and looks but not making them drop at the moment. As Nick Lewis crosses over, great crossover, does a great job in getting to the basket, but actually just didn't take a great shot at the end of it.
No, I mean, it was a good move to get open, but it was a tough shot. Probably would have been better off looking for a pass.
The Giants there, Mike Bernard throws a hard pass off from out of the block in the corner, just goes out of bounds, couldn't quite keep it in. Gives the Sharks another chance with the ball in their hands. So Colin Singh goes hard to the middle there, great drive, gets some contact there on David Watts, the Giants number 10.
That's his first. Less than a minute left to play, first quarter. Babylon with the ball, gives it back to Lewis.
And Nick Lewis there gets through, goes up high against the Giants player, nothing given. 5 seconds left, the shot clock's counting down. Good job by Olu Babalola there to get the foul call as the shot clock counts down, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bad foul from Manchester's point of view. The shot clock was right at the end. Babalola was going to have to force a shot up there, so that's not good for Manchester. But again, good hustle by Sheffield. It's, they work on offensive glass, really keeping them in the game.
He wraps it over to Olu Babalola, kicks it out to BJ Holmes from the corner, hits a three. 14-16 to the Giants, 24 seconds left in the first quarter. And the Giants now holding the ball, trying to make sure they get the last shot here in the first quarter at EIS Sheffield. The Giants versus the Sharks. Big rivalry. Both teams need a win tonight for different reasons. Watch Giants moving the ball. Mike Bernard shoots an air ball. And the Sharks pull the ball in. A shot clock violation there. Leaves 0.2 left on the clock. Giants inbound the ball. Sharks leading by 2, 23-21. Coming up to 6 minutes to go left in the first half. Bankovic there with a big push off, nothing called by the referee. And Watt shoots a big three from way out.
Yeah, that's what David Watts does. He's done it his whole career. I remember the first time I played against him, he hit 7 threes in the game. Didn't miss. And, that's what he does. He's 6'8". He doesn't venture towards the basket too much, but he can shoot the three.
Mike Cook at the point guard spot now, giving BJ Holmes an opportunity to come off screens. trying to get the ball, looking to try and feed into John Barber, does that, who goes up against, who steps back away from Marsden, but the foul there. Grimes just pulled the arm on Zach Gachette.
Yeah, nothing in that really. Grimes didn't see Gachette coming and he was just going for the ball. Gachette got there a second earlier. I mean, looked a lot worse than it was.
Yeah, it certainly did. Mike Cook there with the ball, sets this guy up, sends Grimes the wrong way and just steps back to make a beautiful move there.
Yeah, got a little bit of space, stepped back and made a nice jump shot.
Sharks lead by 1, 25-24. Marsden finds himself in the middle, makes a nice move to basket, gets the layup there to puts the Giants back in the lead by 1.
Took his time and went left and went a nice finish. From a little far out with the left hand.
BJ Holmes in the middle off the curl and screen makes a nice short jump shot there from the free throw line. A lead back with the Sharks again.
That's how easy it can be.
There, catches the ball and shoots. And the Giants save the ball. It's back in Watt's hands, who drives to the middle and 10 seconds going as Grimes goes to the middle. With a block from BJ Holmes.
Just keep going to that till Manchester make the adjustment and stop it.
Marsden makes the first. And the second. Brings it back to a 2-point game. Sharks leading. Great curl off the screen there by BJ Holmes. Loses Stephen Gill off the big screen in the post. Makes a nice jump shot.
Yeah, so there we go again. Just one down screen. Wide open shot for BJ Holmes.
Marsden goes hard there, doesn't get anything, a good pass. And BJ Holmes takes the shot off, doesn't get the drop there. And the Giants come down the floor quick. And Bankovic goes up hard. And Mike Cook saying he got a push off there, but nothing given. As Mike Cook finds Olu Babalola down the middle. And there's still a 4-point lead for the Sharks here. Bankovic kicks it out to Stephen Gill, who knocks down that three. Just like you said, Andrew, and it's a 1-point lead to the Sharks. And the Sharks call for timeout, 34-33.
Again, getting a little bit more flow to the game, team scoring a little bit more. I don't think either team will be entirely happy with what they're doing. They're getting beat off what I'm sure is on scan report for both teams. Don't let Watts and Gill, have open looks at the three. And from Manchester's point of view, why is BJ Holmes just coming off one down screen again, an open shot 5-6 times in a game? As a player, it shouldn't take your coach to call a timeout to address that. You should make that adjustment yourself.
Well, we'll see if those adjustments are made when we come back from the timeout.
And it's a close game, so find out who wins here on Sheffield Sharks TV, sponsored by Forever Living.
And here at the start of the second half, the Sharks down by 3. And it's a quick turnover from the Sharks there. BJ Holmes nearly getting a hand back on that there, but the Giants come up with the ball, leading by 3, 39-36. Marsden up against Mike Tuck, but Giants get an easy look there, but don't make the basket, and Mike Tuck pulls the rebound in. And BJ Holmes going up against the Giants. Callum Jones kicks it back out. Mike Cook steps up to the three-point line, knocks it down, and it's tied at 39. Vankovic there just kicks it off. Zakashek nearly gets a hand on that, but Mike Tuck does, and the Sharks come away the ball, and he finds Mike Cook, who just steps out, takes a nice jump shot, and the Sharks head out to a 41-39 lead. It's been a quick fire start for the Sharks after a scrappy little opening offense. Sharks certainly playing with some intent here at the start of the second quarter. Jones goes hard against BJ Holmes and makes a tough shot over the top of BJ Holmes, but a great pass by Mike Cook, finds Tuck down the middle, who takes it up and jams it home to stretch it back out to a 2-point lead for the Sharks. Vankovic there though gets an easy look, and the Sharks try and pull the ball in, but it don't quite get it, and the Giants have another chance. A travel there from Jones, just gets his feet back on the floor. The Sharks there, a lot of contact with Mike Cook and Grimes, but referee's happy with what's going off there as Mike Cook drives to the middle, takes the contact and makes the shot. Mike Cook certainly feeling it at the moment. Eves in the middle, takes the quick shot, doesn't get a drop, and John Barber gets another rebound. And it's all Mike Cook at the moment, who goes to the middle, gets the ball up in the air and gets the whistle, and will go to the line. Oh no, the ball, sorry, before the shot, so it's from the side. Mike Cook with the ball, Vankovic reaching, his steps back, gets the contact on Vankovic, and Mike Cook will go to the line for 2, and just using that experience, creating some space, forcing the player to jump back in, creates the contact. Cook makes the basket, and that's 9 points so far. The Sharks leading by 8 as some full court pressure comes, and the steal comes. BJ Holmes makes the steal, and Mike Cook takes a quick shot, and he is heating it up. He makes 11 points here at the start of third quarter, and he wants everybody to know about it. He is hot, and that leads to the Giants calling for a timeout as he stretches the lead out to 8 points, 49-41 to the Sharks. Giants inbound the ball, a little full court pressure from the Sharks. The Giants have not handled that well, and Watts gets into the corner and they're chewing up the clock here for the Giants to score against. But Marsden in the post against Mike Tuck. And the Sharks get a hand on that from Cook, and Barber comes down the floor. Zach Gachet pulls up at the free throw line, makes the drop, and Mike Tuck gets the ball and puts it back in, and the Sharks lead by 10, 41-51, on the back of 11 points from Mike Cook here early in the third quarter, Andrew.
Okay, good rebound there by Tuck. Took his time, finished it well. Sheffield on a nice little run right here.
And Bankovic there makes a three, which is the first score for a while from the Giants. And Mike Cook has been lighting it up here in the third quarter, and the timeout sees the Giants a little bit more pressure on that there. BJ Holmes goes around Callum Jones, and a whistle there called on Jones.
I think all the attention on Mike Cook there, and BJ Holmes managed to spring free, but the foul just before he got into a shooting motion, so Sheffield going to take it out on the side. Going for ages. By the time he jumps on the down.
Mike Cook there looks for the failure, but Mike Cook feeds it out, tries to dish it underneath to BJ Holmes. Really should just maybe gone up there, but doesn't. And Watts from the corner, nothing but air from out there for Tintin Watts. BJ Holmes out big, looking to set the offense, take some control of the situation. Throws it baseline to Sakashet, who makes a turnaround layup there.
I don't think that pass was for Zach Gachet. I think it was for Barber, because he had the mismatch with Jones fronting him, and Cook saw it and lobbed it over the top, but Gachet right place, right time.
Gill crosses over, and Eves doesn't get the first one, but gets a good putback there.
Yeah, he's stuck with it, got the tip in the second attempt.
5 minutes gone here in the third quarter. It's been good so far for the Sharks. The Giants just getting back into it a little bit, but here's the man that made that. Kicks it out to John Barber for the corner. And knocks it down. Eves from the top there, some quick ball movement, but he ends up back in the Giants' hands. Jones from the free throw line there off the kill makes the shot. It's a 7-point lead for the Sharks. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. I'm looking now, see if Sharks trying to keep that offensive momentum going. Mike Cook there just loses the dribble, but gets the ball to BJ Holmes, who goes all the way in there, lays it in.
Yeah, help side slow from Manchester. Marsden a step too close to his man, and BJ got the step and laid it in.
Jones there, good job down the middle, makes the layup in.
Yeah, Sheffield got caught watching the ball there. Jones with a good cut in front of his man, and pretty tough finish actually, but made it look easy.
Mike Cook there does a good job getting to the basket, but
looking for the contact. Yeah, just laid it up.
Stephen Gill from out at the top doesn't get it. Mike Cook pulls the rebound in, comes down the floor. What a pass there by Mike Cook to John Barber, who goes up this time with two hands, and even though he misses dunk, definitely got the contact and the foul there.
Yeah, good job by Barber going up with two hands strong. Any other way, it would have probably been a clean block, but good job by Barber's going up strong.
John Barber misses the second, but Nick Lewis is there with a hand who tips it in. Foul call there on Zach Gachette. Sharks leading by 10, 60-50. Nick Lewis there trying to get the hand on the ball off Jones. Vankovic and BJ Holmes is a mismatch there, but Zach Gachette comes to help. Good ball movement by the Giants. Find Mike Bernard there. Goes, steps underneath everybody, but doesn't make it. And the ball comes out to... But it ends up in Nick Lewis in the corner. Nick doesn't take the shot, and BJ uses the screen there. Crosses over, turns, kicks it back out to Nick Lewis, who takes a big three, knocks it down. With a whistle there. Basket is good, but a foul on Patrick Horseman. Must have been some pushing underneath the basket there, Andrew.
Yeah, he pushed him in the back when the ball was in the air. Actually quite an easy call for the ref. You know, when the ball's in the air, you know, they get a look at the players, but you know, she probably could have done without Sheffield.
Bernard's on the floor there looking to run screen, and jump out helps. Now he's up against Patrick Horseman, turns on Patrick, goes underneath and lays it in. Nice big man's move there, Andrew, under the basket.
Old school big man move, really nimble on his feet for a big guy, Bernard. Good move. Manchester could probably go into him a little more.
Great pass there from Mike Tuck into Nick Lewis, who goes up and draws the contact off Mike Bernard. Brave move by Nick there to go up against the big guy, who certainly made sure he knew that he was there waiting for him.
Yeah, well, that's what you want your big men to do. If they're going to foul, Nick Lewis knows he's been fouled right there.
Nick Lewis hits both, gives the Sharks a 13-point lead, 65-52. And the Sharks have turned on the offensive afterburners. Foul there on BJ Holmes. Giants inbound the ball, and BJ Holmes nearly has to sit down on court there. Just late, just got to be ready to play at all times.
Yeah, Manchester got it in really quick there, and BJ recovering out, got beat to the middle. Gill going to his right hand, made a nice jump shot.
Nick Lewis shoots, doesn't make it, but BJ Holmes gets a real range inside and makes that tough basket there from BJ Holmes. Great rebound though.
Yeah, Manchester's defense really struggling now. Lewis got wide open with no one near him, and then offensive rebound from BJ Holmes.
A little bit lucky there for the Sharks, but they get it. And Zach Gachette nearly gets the ball off there with the contact but a whistle comes. The subs coming in. Watson's coming in for not trying to shoot that shot, Andrew. We've seen it a few times tonight.
Yeah, it's a shot you like to shoot. Got the switch and just stepped into it in rhythm.
Clock counting down. Screen there from Mike Tuck. Nick Lewis gets there, tries to throw the alley-oop to Zach Gachette, but nothing there. And
the pass was there. It was just a second too late. That was all.
Mike Bernard throws it, but doesn't get anywhere near on that one. At the end of the third quarter, the Sharks have had a great quarter there, Andrew, sparked by Mike Cook and 11 points in just under 2 minutes. And the Sharks leading 69-57 going into the fourth.
Sheffield got themselves a 12-point lead. It's about managing the game now. Manchester can be explosive, can hit threes in bunches, and that's what Sheffield needs to guard against. You know, now is the time for solid offense, move the ball. Look, wait for your good shots. You don't need to force anything because you're up 12. Just let the game come to you, and Sheffield should be fine.
At the end of the third, the Sharks are leading the Giants 69-57. It's a quick shot there as they come out of the third quarter for Stephen Gill. Doesn't get the drop though this time, but
yeah, I don't think they'll mind that shot though. Sheffield got lucky there. They were sleeping on defense, and you know, good look from Gill. He just missed it.
Pat Horseman shoots a three from the top. Doesn't get the drop there. Both thought about it a little bit, but didn't quite drop. Bankovic there, feeding it through. Gill at the top, jumps up and knocks that shot down. And he's definitely the offensive spark at the moment for the Giants.
He's killing Sheffield with the same moves though, like dribble threes and then getting into the middle with a right hand dribble, a nice little pull up. Sheffield needs to take that away.
Great screen there from Pat Horseman. Mike Cook kicks it back out to him. Patrick gets it off. And BJ Holmes doesn't quite, John Barber doesn't quite get the putback. A big screen on Mike Cook as Stephen Gill knocks another three down. And just as you said, Andrew, it can come in bunches and the Sharks have got to be ready.
Yeah, so Manchester, Bernard came up and set a screen high up the floor, which actually I quite like because it gives the guard space to move at speed, and it's more difficult for the defense to stop him in that situation, and Gill makes a three.
The Giants come back down the floor looking to respond. Mankovic not quite ready for that one, but recovered well. Jones drives to the middle and gets the drop. And another foul there on Pat Horseman. He's going to find himself in foul trouble now there on 4 fouls.
Yeah, just not in position, reaching in. You know, easy call for the ref. You know, it was obvious from how far away we were. Never mind how far away they are.
Make it. It's always nice when it's an easy night for the referees, Andrew. Although I believe when you played, you could have made every call for them and helped them out during the games.
Yeah, they never had a good game when I was playing. I was always right.
Mike Cook trying to get the ball inside there. Nick Lewis there, Stephen Gill, quick player. Olubabalola holding off Callum Jones. Gets the ball and gets a whistle. None of the Giants really in any foul trouble. But they've only ran 8 guys on the team, so they've only played tonight, so done a good job in stretching those fouls. Nick Lewis comes off the quick curl, and now he's sparking the offense for the Sharks. Back out to 9-point lead. Good ball movement, finds Bankovic in the corner, but the Sharks pull it in with Nick Lewis grabbing the rebound. Mike Cook looking there, nearly saw Mike Tuck in the middle. Good ball movement to Oluwabalola from outside, and he knocks down 3, and the Sharks lead by 12, 79-67, 6.5 to go in the 4th. Great move there by Jones there, good spin move.
Yes.
And Oluwabalola there puts his hand up there.
That's a result for Sheffield, because Marsden was about to have a wide open layup off the reach. So that's a result for Sheffield there, at least making Manchester make 2 from the line.
Jones misses both. That's unusual because Giants have made good free throw shooting tonight, but Mike Cook here steps in the middle, steps back, doesn't make that. And Jones comes in with it again and comes down the floor. Stephen Gill, look, doesn't get anything there. I think Nick Lewis must have got a piece of that or a piece of him. Either way,
I think he blocked the ball.
Mike Cook goes coast to coast, doesn't get the ball to go drop this time. And Nick Lewis gets a steal off Stephen Gill. Mike Cook at the top, finds Nick Lewis underneath, who makes that basket, and Stephen Gill comes from behind.
Yeah, great pass by Tuck. Lewis with a backdoor cut, popped open. You know, a good finish as well. Sheffield are smart here. They can put the game to bed in the next minute and a half.
And just as you say that, Coach Lyons brings in BJ Holmes into the game. And Nick Lewis on the line for the bonus could stretch the lead out to 15 for the Sharks. Doesn't make it, 14 lead. And Jones goes hard and drives through everybody, but gets some contact, doesn't make the basket. Coach disappointed didn't make the basket, I think there, Andrew. That was pretty clear.
Yeah. It's a good attack by Jones though, off a free throw. You shouldn't really be getting all the way to the basket when you're the only person that touches the ball, but you know, very opportunistic by Jones.
So can the Sharks take the win? Find out in the final part here on Sheffield Sharks TV, sponsored by Forever Living.
Good attack by Jones though, off a free throw. You shouldn't really be getting all the way to the basket when you're the only person that touches the ball, but you know, very opportunistic by Jones.
Jones makes 2 from 2. Brings it back to a 12-point lead to the Sharks.
5 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the
BJ Holmes fakes that, tries to get the ball out, finds Mike Tuck. A foul whistle there. BJ Holmes makes the shot, but after the whistle, and a foul by Mike Bernard, and he's talking to everybody about that foul, but what it does mean is Mike Tuck goes to the line for 2 shots.
Again, I mean, not the worst result for Manchester because BJ made the 3, so even if Tuck makes them both, you come out 1 point better than you would have.
Mike Tuck makes them both. Back out to 14 points. And the Sharks get the steal off the inbound. Great job by the Sharks defense there. Andrew, hustle hard. Like you said, work hard now, put the game to bed in the next minute and a half, and that's just what they're doing.
Yeah, just take smart decisions, smart shots now.
Nick Lewis there made a great move to the middle, hit Mike Tuck open, who just got stripped as he went up.
Yeah, and Sheffield are going to get caught out here. Too busy celebrating a crossover that led to nothing and gave up a layup.
Yeah. But still, Mike Tuck from the corner gets nothing there, shooting it over Mike Bernard. Callum Jones, the guy that's come down, he's actually been, tough all night long. Callum Jones, he's worked really hard for his team.
Yeah, does everything well. Nothing truly outstanding. He's really improved as a player over the years. Just needs to add some range to his jump shot. A little surprising, considering how well his brother used to shoot, that he's not improved it more through time. But hopefully that's something to add to his game as his career goes on. But been really effective to that again, to the basket.
Makes 1 from 2, it's an 11-point lead. It's still a long way to go in this game, Andrew, just like you said.
Yeah, Sheffield could do with a couple of scores, just to settle down.
Foul there by Bernard on BJ Holmes. Will send BJ Holmes to the line. BJ makes 2 from 2, 18 points in the game. Sharks lead by 13, 85-72. Bernard against John Barber. The double team, great pass. Great pass there and a great dunk by Marsden. Foul called on BJ Holmes.
Okay, I didn't know Marsden had that in him, but good pass. Bernard drew the double team. I'm not quite sure why they're doubling post to post. Always gives the potential of that drop pass if the rest of the defense doesn't rotate, and Marsden finished that really well.
He misses both there. Mike Tuck pulls in the rebound, and the Sharks leading by 11 with 4 minutes. Great job there by both Mike Cook and BJ Holmes hits him with a pass inside. Mike Cook sealed his man.
Yeah, just about being on the same page, and Manchester worried about Cook coming off the screens. We're playing on the high side, and that pass is there a lot more than you think. You know, both players just have to be aware of it, though.
Cook makes them both back out to 13. Jones there, Mike Tuck comes to help BJ make sure he's a long way around. The Jones goes left and Bankovic gets the shot off and Mike Tuck pulls it in and BJ Holmes gets the ball with a chance now for the Sharks to really punish the Giants as BJ Holmes is a mismatch there, fade away by Oru Babalola, and that's enough for the coach of the Giants. He wants a timeout.
Yeah, good job by Babalola, took his time and got to where he wanted to go, and just a nice little step away and put Sheffield in a really strong position.
And now to come out of the timeout, the Sharks leading by 15, 89-74. And out of the timeout, Stephen Gill takes an early shot, doesn't get anything, and BJ Holmes finds Mike Tuck, who gets called for travel.
Yeah, could have done it. Tried to go to the basket from quite far out, but you know, just regroup and play defense. Forget about the refs now. That's all you need to do.
Callum Jones takes a quick shot. 3 minutes to go here to the end of the game, and it's a 13-point lead to the Sharks.
Yeah, Manchester really must work on that little 10-foot jump shot. They've all Gill, Jones.
Foul called on Mike Bernard. Getting physical in the post against Mike Tuck. Sends Mike Tuck to the line for 2 shots. Actually doesn't, the Sharks could just do with the clock running right now.
Yeah, they don't want the clock stopping. That's not their friend. That's going to help Manchester. I'd like to see Sheffield's guys not going for rebound though, back defending. They've been hurt a couple times after free throws.
Mike Tuck makes one. It's a 14-point lead. Less than 3 to go, and the Giants turn the ball over.
Next play. At the end of the ball game, 2 seconds for the final home game of the regular season. When we get together on Wednesday.
Sharks looking to close out the game now. Going into the playoffs. A win at home. The block there on Mike Tuck, but BJ Holmes comes up and Mike Cook from way out knocks it down. And it's out there, Andrew.
Yeah, I
at
think that
17 now.
That might be it. Oh, good pass by Bakovic. I think it might be too little too late though for Manchester right now.
And Andrew, with 2 minutes to go in the game, which of the Sharks players have stood out for you tonight so far?
I think BJ Holmes really good in the first half. You know, coming up all those screens, making all those shots, you know, did really well, helped set the Sharks for going forward. And obviously Mike Cook's had a really strong finish to the game. So, you know, I think those 2 players have been key. BJ the first half, Mike Cook the second half. Everyone else, though, fulfilled their role really well.
And Coach Lyons sending in the bench now with less than 2 to go.
So Marco promised me he's going to score another 3 because I wasn't here last time he made one. So we'll see how that goes.
George Brownell there didn't make that 3. Bankovic goes up against Horseman doesn't get it, and a chance for the Sharks bench to make a play happen, and Marko Bakovic there gets on the score sheet with a foul.
So we go back to that last foul called on George.
Gill makes two. It's leading by 13, the Sharks. The Giants putting some pressure on. And a foul there by Brankovic, who's definitely fouled him and pulled him back there. And that's his 5th foul and sends Eddie Brownell to the line for 2.
Yeah, so
Eddie doesn't get them to drop. And the Giants there chewing up some clock, but they don't really have. Gill turns the corner, knocks down a shot for 2. Good job by Gill. He's definitely kept the scoreboard ticking over. Zach Gachette finds George Brownell in the corner, doesn't get the job. Gill pulls up for 3, doesn't get it. And the Sharks moving the ball. The fines. Eddie Brownell, who kicks it underneath to George Bakovic, to Marko Bakovic, who makes the basket.
yeah, good pass by Brownell there. You know, really drew the defense with a head fake, and good finish by Marko.
Watts makes the 3. And the foul's coming. Sends Zach Gachette to the line for 2. Zach misses one, makes 1 from 2, misses the second. And the Giants come down. Good crossover by Jones, lays it in. And he's been impressive tonight. Jones and Gill in particular have worked well.
Both played well for Manchester. And just obviously tonight couldn't do enough. But Manchester will get another chance at it to get the win they need to get in the playoffs later this weekend.
Eddie misses them off again there, and
it's tough, you know, when you're young, you're coming on, you feel under a bit of pressure to get that score. Okay, but at least he's being aggressive.
And it's all over there, this one. The Sharks beat the Giants 96-87. Great result for the Sharks, Andrew.
Sheffield keep alive their chances again up to 5th, which is what they're looking to do. Obviously tough game against Cheshire away on
Sunday, Cheshire may be going for third, depending on how results go, so that's going to be a really tough game. But Sheffield have done all they can. They just need results to go in their favour with Glasgow and London. So at the end of the game, the Sharks win in the War of the Roses against the Manchester Giants, 96-87.
Hi, I'm with Mike Cook, our MVP for tonight. Congratulations, Mike. Great game, but I didn't feel like it started so well. What do you think happened to change the tide in the game?
Just a halftime speech by Atiba. It was just a good, he really came at us and really, got us going. And then we just came out in the third quarter. We made some shots. That's what helped us a lot, and our defense picked up. So we just picked up our energy, and it was just a great effort in that third quarter.
And how are you feeling going into the playoffs? We've got one more game and then the playoffs.
I'm feeling excited. Right now, just trying to stay rested, stay healthy, take care of my body, and get ready for a tough test, whether it be Leicester or Worcester or Cheshire.
Okay. And what was the highlight for you in the game?
Just that whole third quarter. The way we responded to a flat first half. Our defense picked up, like I said. We started making shots. It was just great when the crowd was behind us, so that really helped us out a lot. So that whole third quarter was just great to me.
Well, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
All right. I'm with Coach Lyons after the game. Congratulations. We won. What do you think happened overall, because we didn't start as great in the first half?
It was definitely a game of two halves. We talked at halftime, and it was a lot of just mental fatigue, I think. It's a long season. It's tiring. They had to fight back so much to get to the playoffs in the position we're in, and it takes a lot out of a player mentally. So we just addressed that, really. We just talked about focusing, running plays better, being sharper as a team, and, we're shooting 30, 35, 39%, and that's a lot just mental mistakes, missing layups, traveling. It's just all mental fatigue, really.
But then something happened, and something turned around in the second half. What was that?
They just came out with some fire. They came out with some focus and some attention to details, really. We ran our offensive sets a lot better, and it showed. We got some easy layups and got some knocked down some good three-pointers with our feet set.
And we have one more game before the playoffs. How are you feeling about the game? And then how are you feeling about the playoffs?
It's good. We're in a great position now. We fought back. We fought tooth and nail to be where we are. We have Cheshire, who's a good test for us. If we progress in the playoffs, there's a good chance we'll see them again. So it'll be a good time to just retool and see how we do against the top 4 team.
And something big is happening on Monday, April 20th, this Monday. Can you tell us what's going on and a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's end of season dinner, but it's kind of more of a celebration of the Sharks' 20th year in existence. It's going to be a great experience. We have some of our old players and old members of Sharks legendary teams coming, and there'll be some great footage and film, and just going to be a night of just enjoying what we've done here at the Sharks for 20 years.
And are the public invited?
Yeah, I think so. Why not? Come on down.
All right. Well, thank you so much. The Sharks will be playing away for the final game of the season at Northgate Arena in Cheshire on Sunday, the 19th of April at 5:30 p.m. But after, the Sharks return to the EIS to begin their playoff campaign on Wednesday, the 22nd. We will return with highlights the following Saturday at 8 p.m. Find out more at www.sharksbasketball.org.